Hey guys, what's up? So today we are going to do a DIY balayage. Actually, I'm going to do it. So if you're already here, I'm not going to give you any disclaimers because if you're watching the video, it's probably because one, you've already made up your mind that you can do it yourself, or two, you've not only made up your mind, but you're about to make the list because you're on your way to Sally's. You're writing everything down already. Everything that I bought is from Sally Beauty Supply because it was really easy for me to just go and get it, and it would be easy for you to just go and get it. So again, no disclaimers, but we all have seen everything. You've seen everything on YouTube pretty much. So I'm going to tell you everything that I use, but before I do, I want to show you my hair because in the video it was midnight, so it was a little dark, and also I curled my hair, which is how I usually style my hair, is like kind of like wavy. It's not really like curls, but it's wavy, and today I straightened it. What I did was I did my base, which is how I usually do it, is a darker gold. Then the lighter parts are just a lighter gold, but I wanted both to be in the gold tones because that's what I feel works for me. I don't want to be too blonde, but I also don't want to be dark brown. I just want to be in between, and I feel like this is perfect for my skin tone, and I just like it. This is from this side, and keep in mind it was just me by myself, you know, one-man band, so it's not going to be perfect probably, but a little imperfection probably looks okay. Doing the balayage technique, if you mess up here and there, put it on the wrong spot, it might look okay. So this is one side of it, and it's really staticky right now. And you can see that there is still some darkness. The back is the hardest part for you to do yourself. I'm going to do the retouch just on the base, so I don't have to worry about the lighter parts for a while, you know. Pretty much I'm just going to keep up with my roots, but this is this side of it. You can tell that it looks good straight too, so just follow what I do. Let's get started with the products so that way you know exactly what I used for what I wanted, for the gold tones that I wanted. Okay, so this is the way my hair looks naturally. It's just air dried, and I'm also going to be doing my retouch today, so I'm just showing you how much growth I have. I'm going to be using this lightener by Salon Care, and it's called Blue Flash. I'd never used it before, it was brand new, but I did want to get the big bottle because I wanted to make sure I didn't run out of product. I do have a lot of hair. And then I also have the volume 30. This is the hair color that I'm going to be using, and then I also used the volume 20. I have some heat protectant, and then also the oil that I use afterwards, but those two last things are just optional. So now I'm gonna mix my lightener, and I'm just using, I think I get 2 cups of those, and then I just mix it to how thick I want it, however thick I want it. I don't want it too liquidy because then it's gonna get all over your hair, and for balayage you don't want that. You kind of want it to stay where you apply it. And I'm gonna part my hair, but before I mix the bleach together, I'm gonna part my hair because I want my hair to be ready. So now I'm mixing the bleach, and that is how thick I mixed it up. That's how I like to apply it, and I think that's the best way. So now I'm just using a comb, and I'm going to tease it. You want to make sure that you tease the whole piece, because if you don't get one of the pieces and you accidentally get lightener on it, then it's going to look like a spot. It's just going to look spotty. So if you tease it, then it blends out with the rest of your hair. But right there, I'm just applying it all over the ends. You want to make sure that you get it everywhere. Don't put a little bit of product and expect it to just lighten your whole hair, because it's not going to happen. You have to have lightener on the whole piece. So once you get it everywhere, you just apply a little bit more. You want to make sure everything is saturated with the lightener. And I'm just spreading it all over my hair. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. So now what you see me doing is with my fingers, I'm blending it towards the top to where it's teased, because whenever you comb it out, it's gonna look blended out. Also, don't do this if you don't have enough time for it, because you have to have a lot of patience to do. If you're already going to do your own hair, you might as well do it right. Don't try to do it in a hurry or anything like that, because it's not going to come out good, and then you're going to have to go to salon and pay again. So what I did do is wash my hands. I don't know if you saw that, but I washed my hands, or my gloves, and now I'm getting the next piece. If you don't wash your hands, or if you don't want to, then you're going to get bleach on the top where you're putting the clip, and you're going to put bleach everywhere on the rest of your hair. So again, you need time. You need to wash your hands in between each section. So I'm doing the same thing. I'm just teasing my hair and picking out spots that I want, or picking out pieces that I want to lighten. So you don't have to do the whole thing. You don't have to lighten your whole hair, because balayage is just like here and there, kind of in between, just like very natural looking. But if you tease the whole thing, like I said earlier, you don't have to worry about getting bleach on it. If you do accidentally, it'll blend out later on. You'll see what I'm saying. So again, I'm just using both of my fingers to blend it up, and then I make sure that the rest of the hair is very saturated in lightener. And on the front of your face, whenever you're framing your face, you want it to be a little bit lighter. So I am going to go higher with the lightener. As you can see, the back part is a little lower. So right there, I'm going to go all the way up. And again, I'm going to make sure that I have lightener everywhere, because then it's going to look spotty. And then I am just going to blend it towards the top. I'm also going to take my fingers and get it very, very close to my face, or to my scalp, closer to my scalp, just so I can really frame my face from the top all the way to the bottom. And the reason why I didn't do the lightener very thick is because right there, I'm just letting my hair down. So I'm not using any foils. I'm not putting any of the clear saran wrap or anything like that. I'm just leaving it alone. And if the bleach or if the lightener is too liquidy, then it's just gonna get it on the rest of your hair. So right there, I kind of got a piece that was a little too thick, so I did separate it again. You want to make sure that you take your time and you pick out the pieces that you want. Don't just, you know, slap it on, because it's not going to look nice. So there, I am teasing it again and picking out pieces. I'm leaving the middle section out, and I'm getting the two pieces out of the way that I'm going to lighten. You don't have to lighten your whole hair. Again, it's the balayage, so you don't need it all over your hair. So you can tell that I'm just doing everything over and over again. I just want to show you the footage, so that way if you're doing it yourself or you're going to follow what I'm doing, you have everything and not just like bits and pieces of the video. So that's why I'm leaving it there. I'm just going to let you watch, and it's just going to be over and over again. I tease it, I pick out the pieces that I want, and I blend it towards the top, and I make sure that the bottom is saturated, pretty much. Something that makes it really easy for me whenever I'm doing the back, because that is the hardest part to do, is grab the piece that I want, you know, bring it down, and then split it in half, and then bring it to the front so I can see what I'm doing. If I try to put the lightener, you know, in the back of my head, I'm not going to see where it's going, and it can fall on the rest of my hair or something like that. So it's always easier for me to just bring it to the front. Right there, I'm doing a big piece that's very light, because you can tell from the bottom part that I kept some of the brown hair, like some of the dark gold hair, the dark brown hair, because I don't want my whole hair to be light. So now I'm just picking that piece and putting a lot of lightener on it, so that way that piece can look really light. Like I said, it's really easy, or it's a lot easier if you bring it towards the front, so that way you can see your hair. You can see what you're doing. And for the front, I just part my hair how I wanted, or how I usually part it, which is on the side. And that's just where you want to go higher. So if you part it on the side, if you part it on the middle, wherever it is, you just want to make sure that you put the lightener a little bit higher so it can really frame your face. Or else it's just going to get hidden and you're not going to be able to see the light part. So right here I need a little bit more bleach, which is why I like to get the big bottle, because I don't want to run out in between my hair session. So you want to make sure that you have enough, and I'm mixing it again with the 30. You can use 40 if you have darker hair, but I don't recommend it. I just feel like 30 is good enough, and it'll lighten like without the foil or without you know, the cap or anything like that, plastic cap or anything like that. So yeah, make sure you get enough product. You can also see in the back that I have 3 boxes of the color of the hair dye, and if you don't use it, you can always use it later to retouch. You just want to make sure that you don't run out in between while you're doing your hair, because then you're gonna go crazy to Sally's. You're gonna go looking crazy to Sally's. But that's why I have a few, and I actually did use 2 of the boxes, but I still have one, and I'm just gonna keep it for whenever I do my retouch. So right there I'm picking pieces, and I'm not even being precise about where I'm getting the pieces from. I'm just picking where I think I want a little bit of lighter hair, and I'm using my phone and looking in the mirror to decide, okay, I need a piece there, let me just grab it, and I tease it. I always make sure to tease it, and then I put the lightener on there. So it's really nothing to be perfect about. Like, you don't have to section it off and do it perfectly. It's just where you want your hair to look lighter. So that's how glamorous I look. And again, I'm not putting anything around it, so I'm just gonna let it process for about 15 to 20 minutes. As I'm doing my hair, it starts lightening right away, so I'm just gonna wait a few minutes and then wash it off. And I think I was taking a picture for like Snapchat or something. So right there it was 9:21, and I think I started around 8:30. And I washed it already, and now I'm just gonna towel dry it a little bit, and then I'm checking it. Right here I am taking off all the teas. So the teas is a lot of work because then you have to brush it out, but again, you have enough time, because if you do your hair, you want to make sure that you have enough time for it. So I'm just brushing it all out, and I'm using a wide tooth comb to brush it out because I don't want to like pull my hair out. So next I'm going to color it, and I'm going to color it a light gold. The top part of my hair I use a 8G, which is a gold, and then on the bottom I'm going to use a 9G. It doesn't give it a lot of color, it's just a gold tone. I don't want light like a blonde, so I'm not using any toner or anything like that. I'm just using a regular color. This one, like I said, is 9G, and I'm using it with 20 volume. And you just do a 1-to-1, so whatever, if you use 1 ounce of the hair dye, you use 1 ounce of the developer. And I'm just gonna section my hair again, put my gloves on, and put it on the bottom. Wherever I lightened it, that's where I'm gonna put the color. If you get it a little bit on the dark, it's okay, because the color is lighter than your base color. The color that you're applying is lighter than your base color, so it's not gonna do anything to it. So I'm just gonna apply it where I lightened my hair. And I do the same thing, I wash my hands in between, and then I part my hair, so that way I don't get it on my root, because if I get that light color on my root, I'm gonna have like spots on my scalp, and I don't want that, so I just wash my hands in between. So this is my hair color on the bottom. I made sure that I have plenty of color on there. Make sure you get a lot of it. Don't, you know, try to save color. And then I'm applying this color serum by Clairol, and this one is it just says straightens hair from within, and you're supposed to mix this product with the hair dye, but I forgot, so I'm just applying it afterwards, and I think it worked out fine. Like, there was nothing wrong with it. It's the same thing. I'm just applying it over because I forgot to put it in the mixture, and I was just done coloring my hair, so I just applied a little bit of that. So now it's time for my root, and I'm gonna use the 8G. But for my root, I don't leave it on for a long time, 10 minutes maximum, because it lightens my roots really, really fast. And I'm just gonna part my hair and do my whole root with this color. And I try to work kind of fast whenever I do my roots because, like I said, they will lighten really fast, especially because your scalp has heat already, and with the heat it kind of like makes it process a lot faster, so you don't want to leave it on too long. And right there I was like, ooh, I think I left it on too long. I think it was like 5 minutes more than I had to, and I didn't want it to get too light. So there I'm just gonna apply some heat protectant because I'm gonna dry my hair, and that way I can show you the way that it looks. And I'm going to dry it with my hair straight down. Like, I don't flip my hair over or anything like that because I don't want it to get puffy. I have a lot of hair, I have a lot of puffy hair, and it would just make it worse. So I just blow dry it down. I'm using a 2-inch curling iron, and I'm gonna wave my hair. I'm not really gonna curl it, so I'm just kind of gonna show you how I do it. I do some pieces towards the front, and then I do some pieces towards the back, like some towards my face and then some away from my face, and I just leave it there for a few seconds, and then I pull on my hair so that way it cools down more straight than curly because I want to wave. I don't really want a real curl. So there you're gonna see me pull on it, and that's how I do every piece. And then I just alternate, you know, some to the front, some to the back, and that's how I get the wave. You can also see that I put it flat on the curling iron. I don't twist my hair. I just put it flat on the curling iron so that way the whole piece gets on it, and then I turn it and then I let it go so that way it just looks kind of straight, and then I pull on it. And that's what I do with the whole back piece. I don't do it in like sections, little sections or anything. And then this is the front part. Just part it however you want it. I mean, this is just not part of the hair color, but you can see the way that I style it. And then I'm just going to run my fingers through it before it completely cools down. And that is it. I'm just going to add a little bit of this Moroccan oil, the argan oil, and put it all over my hair so that way I can give it a little bit of shine. And that's it. That is the way that I do my hair by myself. You can try it out. Let me know if you do try it out and if it worked out, or if you're thinking about it. But this is the way that mine turned out. If you tease your hair, it's not going to look patchy. Take your time and wash your hands in between. I mean, those are the tips that I would give you, is just have enough time to do it. I finished at 12, right there it says 12:11. So it did take me a while, but it was worth it. I did it myself. I did it with products from Sally's, so you can go and get them yourself if you're brave enough. And just make sure you take your time with it. This is the way that it looks straight. Hopefully you guys liked this video and it helped you out. Let me know if you try it or if you're thinking about it.